What's up, everybody? It's your boy Walkie Mondu, back with another episode of Wrench Trench Garage, and today we have another tool haul. Got a little bit of a confession to make on it. I did video this maybe a week ago, but since then I ended up getting a few more items that I wanted to actually include. So just for you guys, I'm shooting this again. But I will be using some of the footage from the other video, like the unboxing of this guy here, and I guess a couple of what we call beauty shots of this thing. But I just wanted to make a better video for you guys. You know, all 85 of my subscribers, each and every one of you guys are really important to me. So instead of just giving you like a mediocre kind of, you know, tool haul video, I wanted to do like a supply / tool haul video for you guys. And let me tell you, I overdid the budget this time, and I really went overboard with this thing, as you can see. But you know what? I decided to share it with you guys. I want you to see exactly what I ended up with, and then you guys can comment on what you think about it. But you know what? I'm gonna do it just a little different this time. We'll see how it comes out. You guys let me know what you think. But when I get to featuring the Hobart toward the end of this video, it's going to be a little bit more in depth, and I'll go ahead and do a small visual comparison from this one and the old one that I have. Now, that video is pre-shot, so I'm going to be wearing something different. But I did want to make sure I give you guys a proper intro and a proper exit. And in between this thing, you know, I'll go ahead and splice in some of the other stuff that I had from before. Like I said, it was a week ago, might be a little bit different. Hope you guys understand. So I'm gonna give you guys something quality, and I wanna go ahead and share with you guys exactly what I have. So I'm gonna start off with the stuff that you can't see, which is the smaller things in the background right next to me. I want to show you guys exactly what I got. First things first, I got some 400 grit sandpaper. Now, keep in mind that this whole supply / tool haul is geared toward getting this Z ready for paint. I've done a lot already. I've done, you know, and you guys are going to see that in the coming videos. I know I'm putting this video out first, and then I'm going to kind of like time warp back in time to give you all of the footage from the Z. So that's the deal. I have 400 grit sandpaper for when the Z goes into primer. Now, I gotta be honest, I don't remember all the prices of these, but I guarantee you this whole tool haul probably hit me right around 1,100, 1,200 bucks. So good thing I had good credit on my Home Depot card. And again, and don't you guys tell my wife that I did all this. She's gonna know. I ended up getting some Permatex thread locker. I got the blue and the red, mainly because I ran out of this stuff, and you know, you never know when you need to keep bolts in place, either forever or semi-forever. I got this 3/8 inch compressor shut-off kit, only because the nut sizes that I needed are actually in here. I'm not going to use the valve because there's a valve already on my compressor. And yes, I bought a bunch of compressor parts because I haven't used my compressor because I didn't have the right stuff. So now I decided to get the right stuff, and I'm going to be able to use my compressor, and hopefully this will I'm going to be using it to primer this car, and amongst other things. Also got this fitting. It's a reducer fitting. It's a Husky reducer fitting, and this reduces from a 3/8 to a 1/4 inch, and I'm going to show you why I'm going to need that in just a minute. I also got this this extended compressor tank drain valve assembly. Basically, this allows you to drain your compressor tank without having to get all up under it and undoing the screw. And I'm telling you, that thing's a pain in the butt. I had to do it myself, and getting something to fit under there to catch the water is just as painful as getting this rusted, it's just as painful as getting that rusted ass bolt off of there. Okay, so I said it. Synthetic blend compressor oil, needed it. I was a little low on oil on the thing, so I got a little bit of this. Rust reformer. You guys know that I swear by this stuff. I love this stuff. You just scrape off the excess flaking stuff and you put this on here and then you just paint right over it. If you go to AutoZone, this stuff is like $8. At Home Depot, this stuff is like $5.80. So you save a couple of bucks going to Home Depot, and the Home Depot to me is just as close as the AutoZone. So when it comes to like paint products and stuff like that, I go to Home Depot to get this kind of stuff because it's just a lot cheaper. Same thing with the self-etching primer and the truck bed coating. This stuff I think is like $6, $7 at Home Depot, where it's a lot more. It's like $9 at AutoZone. And this is also a little bit cheaper at Home Depot than it is at AutoZone. Bondo Hair. You're gonna see, I've used this already. I've used it on the Z. This stuff works pretty good. There's all different kinds. People, you know, say stuff about Bondo and it's the cheap version of the good stuff. And you know what? I'm not upset about using this stuff. It did exactly what I needed it to do. Just follow the instructions on how to use it and it works out good. This can of stuff right here cost me $20. Like $20 and some change plus tax, 21, 22 bucks. So I ended up getting this. It came with the hardener with it, and it works. It's doing the job. I'm still not done using it. There's still other stuff I need to do. So like I said, this tool haul is kind of in between. But like I said, I'm gonna split it all up and make it, like, you know, subject time sensitive. I didn't know automotive tape was so freaking expensive. But automotive tape is expensive. I already had some, but I decided I'd get another one because I'm going to be doing the whole vehicle. So this is the one that I didn't open yet. And this stuff's like $6, $7 for this stuff. I mean, it's ridiculous. Going on with some more compressor stuff. What we have is the Husky 13-piece job site accessory kit. So you got the blowgun, you got the tire filler, and just different fittings and things that you could use that would help you out with your compressor. I went ahead and got the kit. Decided to go with new stuff. I had some stuff from my old compressor, but it's starting to rust and look really bad. So I went ahead and got some new stuff because I like things shiny. And apparently I like spending entirely more money than I actually have. Debt. Don't do it. Be smart. Don't be like me. This was I don't know, $17.99, I want to say, something like that. And what is an air compressor without a water filtration airline filter? So I got this air filter. I don't remember how much it was, honestly, but I did end up picking this up because I need to get the water out of line. Plus, I'm going to use another one on the other end of the spray gun to keep my paint nice and dry, so it won't get all watered down and I have spots and stuff in my paint. So here it is. That's why I got it. I think this was like 35 bucks, so I don't know. I ended up getting one of these. I ended up getting two of these patch panels because that was the first way I was gonna do the repair. And as you can see, I've opened it and I've used a couple and they suck. They're supposed to self-adhere to whatever you're patching up, and it just didn't really work well for me. I tried it. You'll see it in the video. I think I used one that actually stuck, but you know, these aren't very good. These are $10 a piece. I got two of them. There's two of these. There's two of these little panels in each package, so you get a total of 4. They're $9.99 a packet, and don't waste your money. Just go ahead and get the Bondo Hair. And if you need a backing on the back, go ahead and just use some tape or something for the time being. Then when it dries, peel your tape off and then be done with it. Goo Gone. I have a lot of, you know, gunk and stuff inside of the engine bay, and I was thinking that maybe some Goo Gone would get some of that leftover adhesive, you know, some of the stuff, you know, stuff that you can kind of scrape off with your nail, but it's still kind of sticky and gummy, and that's what this stuff is for. This stuff cost me $8. I hope it's as good as it costs, because man, the more I talk about this, the more hurt I'm starting to feel. By the way, guys, yes, just about everything that you're gonna see is gonna be Home Depot stuff. either Home Depot or some AutoZone stuff. Alright guys, well, as you can see, my stuff is a little bit different order now because my camera stopped and I kept going. But anyway, we're just going to continue on. I think I left off right here with the spatulas. So basically, I got these spatulas from, I believe I got these from the auto parts store. They came in like a kit. So I think this one was separate, but these came in a kit with one more that I ended up using that's over there. But I think this was like $5 and this one was like $1.99. So I figured since I'm going to be using a lot of putty and, you know, filler and things like that, I went ahead and grabbed these to kind of help me out with it. I ended up getting this performance masking tape. This stuff is expensive. Good gracious. However, it's good at making corners and making rounded edges and things like that. And you know, there's a lot of body lines on this car that I'd like to keep, so I needed to kind of make round, you know, go around stuff. So I ended up getting this stuff to kind of help me out with that. This stuff ain't cheap. So like, you know, when you're paying a whole bunch of money for custom jobs and stuff, there's a reason for it. When you do it yourself, you'll know why it costs so much. The work that goes into it, the materials that go into it, and you know, even though you will save yourself a whole bunch of money doing this stuff yourself, getting somebody to do it, I can see why it costs what it costs. Alright, so the next thing I got was this Diablo grinding sanding disc. I believe this is a 40 grit. It's ultra coarse. It's to help smooth out some of those rougher metal edges and things like that for after grinding and welding and stuff like that. This kind of helps smooth that metal out just that much more. The 80 grit actually does pretty much the same thing, but I ended up getting this just in case I run into something really funky and I gotta get it. So I use this. I don't know how much it is. I believe it was like $6. So don't quote me on most of these prices. I just got a whole bunch of sandpaper here. I got my 60 grit, 80 grit. 80 grit's good for knocking down for knocking down like high body filler, things like that. So, you know, the guys in the car world know that they usually use 80 grit to knock stuff down. You can use 60, but it's pretty coarse, and you're just going to have to go 60, 80, and then on up from there. I got plenty of it, decided to get a bunch of it. Actually, some of this stuff is from an earlier project when I don't know if you remember the video. If you didn't see the video, go back and watch it, where we actually built a china cabinet and we had to sand it down, and we used like 60, 80 to 100 grit, and it works pretty good. And then after that, you got your 150, your 220, and then your most fine grit, your 320, which is what you use to kind of just set everything up for primer. So I try to finish everything off in 320. You know, I go take my steps up, and then I use 320 to keep it ultra smooth and to keep a bite on the paint, so that way when you spray your primer on there, it sticks nice and it lays out smooth, and you have you know, you end up with a decent finish. I don't want to forget the simple green. I have this simple green. I bought it in a concentrated form only because it's for the $10 that I paid for this, I can get about 10 to 15 bottles of good sprayable stuff out of it. It's kind of like when you use your radiator fluid, you get the concentrate and then you mix it down yourself, and then you pay about half the price for 2 bottles of coolant. Same thing here. $10 for this, you get about 10, 12 bottles of good cleaning stuff out of it, and you know what, I'm all for it. I think this is good stuff. It's great for cleaning off your panels and prepping stuff for things like body filler, putty. It's a good prep cleaner, so I use that, and that's why I got it. I got this little paint pen here, and this is for welding. This is a Lincoln electric paint marker, so you can kind of highlight the stuff that you need to weld and get things done, so you know exactly where to place your welds. But as you see, I haven't really used mine yet. I hadn't really felt the need to use it yet, but I did get it because don't you hate that you go in the store for like 2 things and you ended up with a whole bunch of stuff that you thought you needed. So I ended up with it. I got it now, and eventually I'll try it out and see how well it works. Alright guys, at this point in time, I'm going to turn this over to past Walking Mountain Dew to give you some beauty shots and some side-by-side comparisons on the Hobart. Enjoy. So anyway, let's go ahead and unbox this thing, shall we? So, comes with a lot of cool stuff. First thing, we have this, man, this is heavy duty. This is a really, really heavy duty spool gun setup. But yeah, spool gun here. Let's make some room. We got a lot of stuff to take out of here. We have your ground clips. And I actually don't know what this is, but probably a gas hose or something. It comes with some flux core. This is a 30. I went ahead and picked up a 35 as well, just because. The next thing I have here, it's all your stuff for your gas. So that's there. Those are gas gauges, and I do plan on running argon gas eventually, just not yet. And here's your, man, this thing is really heavy duty stuff, man. Like Hobart makes really good stuff compared to that Chicago Electric thing. This thing is made for good. This is good stuff. But it's got this rubberized what's this called? It's got this rubberized ground wire. And then the machine itself, let's see if we can lift this thing out of here. Oh, and here's your 230 plug. Huge heavy duty plug. But it's just not the same style as what's in the wall. So my electrician's coming over to help me out with that. So let's try to lift this thing out of here with all my big manly strength. Move this stuff over to the side. It's heavy. So yeah, I'm definitely gonna need a welding cart. Yeah. So this thing is extremely heavy. Yeah. And I'm gonna give you guys a shot of this thing. Whew. All right, guys. Well, here's your side by side on these, and right off the break, right off the top, you can see how much, well, even though this is mainly because it's new, but this is a much larger and heavier machine compared to this one. And right away, you know, you have a whole bunch of adjustable options for this particular machine. You have your voltage that you can set up. It has a whole bunch of voltage ranges. And here is all of your spool speed. The knobs seem to be very crisp and precise. This one is very smooth. You have your on and off switch right here. As for this one, you only got minimum max, and then you have your wire speed, and you know, it's just kind of just, I'm just not happy with this one. I feel like this needs to be, I needed something better, especially for the work that I'm getting into, that I'm getting more and more in depth with. So anyway, this is just the visual comparison here, and that's all I really got for you right now. But we're gonna move on. What I have here is my Husky 3/8 300 psi hose and reel. This wasn't that bad. This one cost me 65 bucks. You know, for the price, you get 50 foot of hose. This is actually pretty good. I plan on mounting it toward the front of the shop so that way I can reel it out and do inflate tires, and you know, whenever the trailer's ready for paint and whatever, I can just wheel it out there and take the whole thing out there and then just do some painting outside for the trailer or whatever else I need it for. And the best part about this is that it came in this cool Ryobi green color. Even though this is a Husky, I had to get it because of the Ryobi green hose. Yeah, you guys know how I am about Ryobi and Craftsman, and so I had to do it. So here it is. This has got 1/4 inch brass fittings, and it's also got a lead hose that goes directly to the compressor, so that the rest of your hose is just free to go as far as you need it to go. So this is cool. I thought it was awesome. 65 bucks. I didn't think it was that far off from what you would get from Harbor Freight for something like this. So I got it. So here you go. But yeah, last but not least, this thing right here. As you can see, I got this for $179, and this was on clearance. It's a steel. I guess it was an open box or something. But I don't care. For $179, you get the Ryobi half-inch lithium ion. This is just about like the one I have, but this one comes with the battery. It comes with the charger, and you know I felt like for $179 I couldn't help but to get it. I got the other one from the pawn shop for 100 bucks, which came with a whole bunch of other stuff, but I kind of got away with I kind of got away with damn near thievery on that one. I'm gonna take my old one and keep it in one of the cars, and then this one will be for the shop. It has the stronger battery, so I feel like this would work just a little bit better. But this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do an unboxing of this one right here. Here we go. We're gonna go ahead and unbox this thing. Okay, so it was probably already an open box buy, as you can tell from the beat up box, unless somebody just didn't want it because the box was beat up. And as you can see, the instructions are a little bit beat up. But who needs instructions on working a half-inch driver? Who needs it? You just put a socket on there and you take stuff off. You don't need that. So here's the brand new one. And actually the design looks a little different than the one that I have. Now, because I decided to get this one, I figured it would be fair to show you guys my old one. Here's my old one. And as you can see, it is completely kind of falling apart. It still works, but as you can see, I have put this thing to all kinds of use. It is beaten, it is abused, it is scratched up, and the design is much different. It's a little bit shorter by maybe about ½ inch, and it's got this plastic front, as this one is just all silver. And you know what? I'm so glad that I made this purchase. You can actually adjust your speed on this thing, which is actually pretty cool. There's no adjustment on this one. And from what I understand, this one will give you 300 foot-pounds, as where this one only gave you about 250. But smaller, sleeker design. I love the fact that I just like the fact that it's new. And it's and you know what? For a clearance item, I'm glad I got it. But also with this unboxing, you get another charger. You also get one of the upgraded batteries. This battery is a little bit better than the traditional batteries. As you can see, this battery actually has the indicator on there, and you know what? I couldn't be happier about this purchase. So yeah, this old guy right here, I'm gonna try to do something with this rubber, maybe tape it up or something, or get the grip nicer on this. And then I'm gonna stick it in one of the cars, where this one will be like my mobile one, and this one will stay right here in the shop, where it'll probably get used and abused just like this one. But this one is about 5 or 6 years old, and it works just fine. So I'm glad I got a new one, and we're gonna see how this thing works out. I'm loving it. Well, before I end this video, what I kind of want to do is I gotta pull the trigger on this thing a few times just to see how well this works. This battery, my God, this battery is massive. But oh man, ooh, got a little bit of smell coming off of this thing. I wonder if that's why I returned it. But this thing's strong compared to this one. Might be the battery making all the difference in this thing, but man, this thing puts out some power, man. And look at that. Look at the lights. How cool is that? Oh, you can really see what you're doing with this one. With this one, the light only comes on when you hit the button, but I don't know. I don't know if it's the battery that makes the difference or what. But yeah, I did get a little bit of a burning smell. Maybe it's because it's new, I don't know. But this thing feels way better, way more powerful. For the price I paid for this, I'm not mad at all. Alright guys, well that's it for this episode of Wrench Trench Garage. I hope you enjoyed this massive tool haul that probably is going to put my ass in the poorhouse or in the doghouse with my wife. One of the two is going to happen. Anyway, I just want to go ahead and give a couple of shout outs to a couple of guys. Grant 7 Auto Works, thank you so much. Trust me, I will be going to your website because I need to get some paint. And I understand that you have great deals and variance amount of paint. So I do want to go there and check it out, and hopefully I can and if I can recoup from this big ass tool haul, I'll be ordering stuff from you. Atomic Garage, man, your channel is awesome. I love watching it. Good luck on the BMW. I hope you keep trucking. To my top commenters, Michael Winder, where you been at? You hadn't been commenting. What's going on? Give me a comment. I'd like to thank Techie G for coming over and helping me. Prime Wicked Wrench Time, he's on Instagram. You guys got to check him out. He's a cool guy. And anybody else that follows the channel, Ron Beers, Jeff Parker, I'm sorry if I'm saying this wrong, Calco's Garage, Mike's Tool Shed. You guys, I watch all you guys' channels, and you guys keep me inspired to keep trying to make better and better videos. So I appreciate you guys. And if I didn't mention you and you are a subscriber, a follower, I'm sorry that I didn't get to your name, but I do appreciate you. Thank you so much. You guys keep wrenching, and Wrench Trench out.